What's going on? Oh god, Katori's like, I don't know what to wear! Mr. Russell. Mm-hmm.
久しぶりだし、ちゃんとおめかししようと思って。小鳥先輩が女の子の顔してます。なんか可愛い。もうからかわないで。ごめんなさい。久しぶりだし、なんか緊張する。
Okay, I think that'll do. It was the first day of summer break. I woke up a little early, got everyone's breakfast ready, then threw off my apron. Everyone's breakfast, except Kotori's and mine. Ooh, we're going on a breakfast date even, huh? Oh man, it's almost time to go. I gotta hurry up and get ready. I rushed back to my room. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like such a major difference between how we're getting ready, right? I'm just gonna grab like the first or second pair of pants and shirt that we find or whatever, right? Sure, we're gonna dress a little nicely, right? But we're not gonna fuss over it for like 2 hours as probably Kotori has been for ever since she woke up. I'm pretty sure. I changed clothes, fixed my hair, and waited for Kotori at the entrance, which lasted a total of 5 minutes. That's how long we took. It seemed weird to wait for your date when you live together, but it also felt somehow fresh to schedule a time to meet. After a bit... Hat is like, wow, that's him announcing that Princess Kotori is finally ready. Hat came out, and then the door opened, and... Oh, it's Asa. I didn't expect to see you, girl. Asa came out, but when she saw me, she ducked back into the room. She's like, he's here! He's ready! It's not like I can't hear them, right? I could hear them whispering in the room. And then the door opened wide. Oh? Kotori finally appeared. Ooh. A nice blue dress. Wow. I like it. It's very. It has a summery feel to it as well, right? It's very fitting for the first day of summer holidays. Kotori is wearing a dress with the same color as today's clear blue sky. Are you ready to go? Okay then. We doing this or what? Alright, let's go, my lady. Thanks. Thanks, Hat. Asa and Hat saw us off as we left the dorm. Kotori asked, walking beside me. We were going on a date, but hadn't decided where we'd go. I was thinking maybe a movie, but that seems a bit too normal. Normal's good? Alright then, we can go to a movie. The two of us flew together and lived in the dorm together. We hardly did anything normal. We probably had all kinds of experiences most couples never have. Of course, it also meant we didn't do many normal couple things either. I couldn't remember the last time we'd seen a movie. Alright, yeah, I mean, because before, right, Kotori was in her wheelchair. I mean, I don't know. Because, like, the theater that I go to occasionally does have actually like wheelchair access, but doesn't necessarily mean that because I remember there was a time, it was actually like 1 or 2 years ago or something, but I was a little surprised when I saw it. I was actually just like, oh wow, they actually have that? But yeah, a person just was able, they came in there with the wheelchair, and there was just like a sort of a particular section that had wheelchair. Well, obviously the whole cinema we had wheelchair access, but just like there's a specific section where just like there was a lot of room for people with wheelchairs to just sit and watch the movie. So yeah, I was generally surprised by that because I just never had seen it before, but it makes a lot of sense, of course. But I don't know if every cinema has that, or if they have, if the cinemas in Kazegaura even have that. But yeah, now that she can at least walk, right, with the cane, we can see a movie, so why not take advantage of that, right? I already checked to see what's playing. These are the ones I thought you might like. I took out a list of movies and showed her. Any of them catch your eye? Which one? The one she pointed to was a story about a small American town that built a rocket to help revitalize the town. Okay, cool. The cast were all old folks and middle-aged men, and it didn't really seem like much of a date movie. I figured you'd pick that one. I'd also added some romance and action movies to that list just for good measure, but I knew she'd pick that one. There's a showing around 10, so let's catch that one. And we can do breakfast first. And where's that? Ooh, bagels. Really? Sounds good to me. No, that's fine. It's my treat. Damn, she's being insistent. Fine then. Oh, sorry. Shit. Katori and I went to the bakery, and little by little, things got back to normal between us. Like, mind your manners, boy! The bakery had a little area to eat in, and lots of drinks as well. It was my first time trying a bagel, and it was great. It looked like a donut, but tasted completely different. The texture was really nice, firm and chewy. They also had sandwiches with the perfect matching of vegetables, cheese, chicken, and so much more. It was a great breakfast, and Katori looked pleased. Afterward, we headed toward Wendy's. Oh, we haven't been here in a long time. The cinema was crowded since it was the first day of summer break, but I had already gotten the tickets. Smart thinking. Most of the couples were, of course, going to the romance or action movies. The ones we'd chosen, an old folks win the day kind of story, was almost empty. But most importantly, the movie itself was good, interesting, fun. Yeah. For some reason, I don't know why, but those are like the types of stories that I find really interesting. Not just interesting, but it's just more than interesting. I don't know, very intriguing. I don't know, but like those are the stories that sort of pull me in as well, right? Like the stories where people have dreams, and despite all the hardship and everything that they face, they never give up on that dream and try their very best to like achieve said dreams or blah blah blah, right? I don't know, that's part of the reason why I enjoy a lot of shonen animes as well to some degree, and sports animes to some degree, right? Because they usually, like, there's a lot of working towards like a, you know, you have a certain goal in mind, and sure, you try to work your butt off to reach that goal, and there are bumps along the way, right? Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it goes bad. You try to overcome the hardships and all that, and hopefully eventually you do. I don't know, it's a very just classic stereotypical journey that's seen through a lot of different types of entertainment things, right? Whether it be anime, TV series, or whatever. I don't know, I find those always just to be very awesome and satisfying to watch. Yep, those were some cool granddads. After we left the theater, Katori kept telling me just how much the movie had moved her, with gestures and everything. I got a little worried when she was going to clock somebody walking by with her flailing arms. I still have to wait a long while for that, Katori. Yeah, me too. Huh? Katori suddenly lost her good mood as the conversation moved towards the future. Uh-oh. Because it suddenly made her think like, uh-oh. Because, right, we're going on a big happy date right now, but this is kind of a prelude to a big conversation that is on the horizon. It's like looming, right? we're gonna have it at some point during this date, or hopefully, right? That's partially the goal of this date as well, to have this big conversation. But it's just like, it's there, it's waiting to happen. It's just, it's gonna come soon. And, well, you know, now is as any fitting time as ever, right? Because we're literally talking about the future right now. I grabbed her hand when she finally stopped moving. This is what you're supposed to do on dates, right? Yeah, it's like we've always forgotten. Aww. We walked like that, hand in hand. It must have been hard for Kotori, a cane in one hand, and me holding the other. We slowed down a bit and walked on together. People passing by glanced at us curiously. Kotori was intent on keeping her balance, so it didn't seem like she was paying attention to the stares we were getting. I mean, like, let's be honest, right? Kotori is used to getting stares, right? Like, it's just something that's bound to happen when you have something attached to you that just the normal person doesn't, right? In this case, it's a cane. Before, Kotori was even in a wheelchair, right? So to some degree, that would even attract even more eyes on her, right? So because of that, she's probably already used to it. So I mean, if you go from a wheelchair, being in a wheelchair, thinking you were permanently in a wheelchair, and then actually through partially some miraculous thing and a successful surgery and everything, right? You actually are able to walk again. I'm pretty sure after that, you don't give a shit about all the people that are looking at you, right? You're just happy that you can fucking walk again. As for me, well, yeah, that's right. This is my girlfriend. She's gorgeous, right? Yeah, I'm showing her off to everybody. I bragged silently and enjoyed the looks. What do you want to do for lunch? Well, that's because you ate three bagel sandwiches? Hey, I may have eaten 4, but I can still eat. I'm hungry. They were really great. The one with cream cheese and smoked salmon was the best. What the fuck? Smoked salmon on... Really? On a bagel? What are you bragging about? Kotori had tempted me into eating too much, and when the bill had come, her face had gone pale. It was not what you'd call a breakfast price. I'd have to buy her something nice in return. And I'm sure you'll have to go with her. Sounds like just another excuse for you to go back to that bakery, Kotori. Well, if Kotori said she wanted them, Hibari would gladly buy her 10 or 20 bagel sandwiches. Why don't we go look around the shops? Over the years, the variety of shops in Windies has changed, but there were still plenty of fashionable clothing and accessory shops. We stared at mannequins dressed in the latest fashions as we walked by. They all looked really expensive, but I liked to imagine Kotori wearing the outfits and me telling her how good she looked. That will look really good on you, don't you think? I know exactly what Kotori means. There are just sometimes certain people, when they do, like, it's usually family members, right? That when they do buy certain clothes for you, they have a particular style in mind that they think look good on you, right? And it may not be necessarily something that you like yourself, or it may not necessarily be something that you would buy for yourself, but it's always a certain type of clothes that someone else buys for you, and it's always a specific someone, and it's just like, I mean, it's not that it looks bad or anything, but it's just certain specific clothes that you would never buy yourself, but someone else thinks it looks good on you, and therefore they buy it for you. It's like they just have a particular style that they think looks good on you, and yeah, that's why they always buy it for you. I know exactly what you mean, Kotori. I have that too. Okay, what about this one? Kotori had always worn a skirt because her legs couldn't move. Oh yeah. I pointed out a patterned t-shirt and ripped denim jeans. It was a pretty rough style, but it also seemed fashionable. I gotta admit here, okay? Before I wasn't on the whole, you know, ripped jeans train or whatever, right? I got a couple of them. They're pretty comfortable at times, right? Especially like during like the summer, right? Like the whole, I first thought that like the ripped holes and shit looks fucking ridiculous. But, you know, you get a nice breeze through it every now and then. It's fucking great. Hell yeah. I've come around to those things. They're pretty nice. It's a refreshing look. I think you look good in it. Kotori had great looks, so pants would really look good on her. Jeans are grown up? Kotori stared intently at the shop window. Well, I mean, you can get, I like stretchy jeans. I do really dislike the, like, when I'm at home, I always just put on comfortable clothes, right? Even if I go outside, like, you know, there's like certain, I don't know if dress code is the word, but like, there's a certain specific style of clothes that you wear. There's a big difference between the style of clothes that you wear when you're inside, when you're in your house, at home, comfortable, and when you go outside, right? Most of the times when you go outside, it's just jeans. When I'm home, I take off my jeans and I just put on like comfortable shorts or sweatpants or whatever, right? I just like to be comfortable at home. I don't want to wear fucking jeans. But when I'm outside, even jeans, to some degree, like it just once you're used to like the soft comfiness of fucking sweatpants and shorts and whatever, right? Even when you're outside, you're like, oh fuck, I can't wait to take off these fucking jeans. But like, I found a compromise. Like, there are stretchy jeans, and stretchy jeans are fucking amazing, okay? So, listen, it may sound weird as fuck, but stretchy jeans are fucking awesome, okay? They don't feel like you're wearing jeans if you put them on, but you are wearing jeans. It's fucking amazing. Like, seriously, I highly recommend it, okay? If you're like me, and you actually like dislike wearing jeans, but you know, it's not, when you're going out, you kind of have to wear jeans, buy stretchy jeans. They're fucking amazing, right? Sometimes I got stretchy jeans that it almost feels like I'm just wearing sweatpants. Like, it's fucking great, but you're wearing jeans. Like, holy sh! Whoever the fuck came up with stretchy jeans, you're a fucking genius. That's all I'm gonna say. She was able to stand and walk now, but it did seem like she'd have trouble with stiff denim jeans. Do you want to try them on? Kotori walked past the shop. Okay, well, no jeans for her, I guess. Later, when we'd seen basically all the shops on this floor. Oh, we're returning here again? We're back here? You were like, oh, we're back at the jean shop. Nothing catch your eye? I didn't see anything that would look better than that dress you're wearing now. I do like that dress. Kotori nodded and looked at a reflection of herself in her sky blue dress in the window. It had been a long time since you wore it. Only special occasions, huh? Yeah, I guess we haven't really had a date in a while. I felt bad for being such a terrible boyfriend. But still, it looks really good on you. That blue, like a cloudless sky, fit Kotori perfectly. I bought the dress for her back when we first got together, but she still saved it for special occasions. That's true, right? When she's sitting, you don't really show off the entire dress, but now when she's standing, walking around, she looked really serious. Honestly, if she was sitting, you wouldn't get to see the one-piece silhouette, so I could see what she meant. But that wasn't why it suited her so well. You think? I think it's because the one modeling it looks so good. Even Kotori is like, yeah, totally. Kotori was beautiful as always today. Anyway, since we're here, why not try on something if there's anything you like?
もしや買ってくれるのですか?
Sure. Yeah, hell yeah, right? Especially after the big breakfast she had to pay for. Katori's eyes suddenly glittered. She suddenly had the eyes of a hunter with its prey in sight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I might regret saying yes to this. If it looks good on you. I had, in fact, assembled a war chest just for this purpose.
そうとなったら話は別だわ。片っ端から行くわよ。
Oh, she was holding back? She was holding back, but the moment she got me to like, oh, you're paying for it? Alright, let's do this! Alright, how much time we got until the shops close? Katori turned to retrace our route, suddenly full of enthusiasm. Oh man. We went to several shops trying on outfits, and I bought her one top and one bottom.
ありがとう、葵。大事に着るね。
I hope you do. We ended up buying the ripped jeans. Oh, she did go for the ripped jeans, yeah! And matching faux punk skull pattern t-shirt I'd spotted earlier. Trying on clothes wasn't easy for her, so I helped her out. All of them looked really good on her. Everyone's going to go nuts when they see you in these.
そうかな。
I actually want to see her wear it. Hell yeah. The skull thing? Hell yeah. Faux punk? You look like the perfect little princess character, so people make assumptions, you know? The gap between people's image of her and how she looked in those clothes would give anyone a shot. I really want to see it.
今、中身はともかくって言ったね。
Huh? What? Of course, her mom and dad might be a little confused by their daughter's new look. They might think like, oh no, she's rebelling. I bet her old man would think she'd fallen in with a bad crowd. It's like another all-new Katori. Yeah. What? Uh-oh. I thought she'd be happy, but suddenly her face darkened, and she clutched the shopping bag to her chest. What's
あ
wrong?
のね、いつもありがとう。
Oh, I thought she was like getting sad, but like, she's just thanking me? You're welcome. Don't worry about it. I mean, I like to see you looking so cute. I couldn't see what was wrong with talking or taking my beautiful girlfriend out for a date and enjoying the stares that people were giving us.
そうじゃなくて、いや、それもなんだけど、私たち喧嘩してたでしょ?
Well, so we're finally gonna address it now? I told you, it was all you. I didn't want to fight with you at all.
してたの喧嘩?
Fine, it was a fight. Even though it was a one-sided fight, I guess it's still a fight. Katori protested angrily. I figured I'd concede the point and just move on.
いつも私が意地張って葵に気を使わせちゃってるでしょ?
Especially now. I said I wasn't trying to argue with you.
ちょっと黙っててくれる?
Oh god, she's doing the exact same thing to like, she's like, I always do this thing and you're doing it right now. She glared at me, but okay, she's trying to make a bigger point here, I suppose. I'll let her do this. Okay. I was split between finding her adorable and stubborn.
今日も葵からデートに誘ってくれて、本当は自分から謝らなくちゃって思ってたの。飯塚さんにもそうしなさいって言ってもらって、それで、なのに、だからその。
Katori came close to me and grabbed my hand.
ありがとう。
It was hard to tell if she was being sincere or just obstinate. I couldn't help thinking. My girlfriend is so cute. Being with Katori was full of all kinds of ups and downs, but the reason we stayed together was simple. I loved her. I loved her just as much as the day we had met. So, does this mean we've made up?
葵がいいなら。
If I want, you're leaving the option to me? Katori looked up at me anxiously. No, I'm kidding, of course! I thought for a moment, with those teary eyes looking up at me. Yeah, how could I even contemplate this for longer than 5 seconds with those eyes staring at me? Oh god, and making those sad noises. While I was thinking, Katori's tears started to flow. Whoa, 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 don't cry, don't cry. That's not why I was silent.
じゃあ何？本当はもう私に呆れ返ってるんじゃないの？
No, 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 not at all. I tried to keep a serious face as proof of my feelings. I think I should apologize too. I'm really sorry about this stuff with work. I know I promised to go with you.
謝らないでよ。それ謝られたら私めちゃめちゃかっこ悪いじゃん。
No, stop. Yesterday I went to look for you at the hangar. Oh god, we're actually gonna be like, yeah, I heard you talk. This time it was my turn to hide my face. And I heard you talking to Isuka. Yeah, I heard it all. Oops. For a moment, Katori looked utterly stunned, and then I could actually see her turning red. Uh-oh. Looks more like red with anger, though. Uh-oh. I mean, she's shaking right now. Shaking so furiously. Then she started trembling. Her embarrassed expression grew hard. Uh-oh. Katori squeezed my hand with all her strength. Oh, ugh. Not obviously from love. More to keep me from escaping, I think. Well, damn. Her leg muscles aren't the only things that gotten stronger. Her grip strength has gotten stronger too. As a side note, Katori had spent years pushing herself in a wheelchair. She had considerable hand strength. Oh my god. And when she'd pinned down her targets, she'd raise her cane back to get a full swing. Oh, wait, don't hit me with that! You'll do serious damage! Murder, suicide, what? What are you gonna do? You're gonna kill both of us? Her eyes were serious when she said that. This was no joke. Uh-oh. This was just how much she didn't want me to know. I'm really, really sorry. It was an act of God. There was something I wanted to show you, and then... Almost everything? How you didn't have a dream? How Geha and I did, and that you didn't want to be left behind. No, don't get the cane! Uh-oh! Wait! Remember where you are! This is in public. This was one of Japan's leading fashion malls, Wendy's. I somehow got Katori to stop brandishing her cane wildly. People passing by looked at us like we were having a simple lover spat, unaware they were about to become witness to a homicide. No, none of that. Fuck, I've run out of water. Venom dripped from every word. This hurt more than her cane ever could. I didn't know how worried you were. I'm sorry I didn't realize. I had been convinced she was just sad because everyone was leaving after graduation. Even though I'd seen her face looking so passionately at the sky time and again. Katori's face went redder, and she looked away from me. It was the face of pure embarrassment. Katori let go of my hand, but it was my turn to take hers and keep her from leaving. If I let go, I had a feeling I would lose something forever. I think you're misunderstanding something. I took a deep breath. Listen, what I'm about to tell you was something I never, ever wanted you to know. So, it's a lot like what you told Isuka. Just so you know, I really don't want to talk about this. Oh, so I'm just about to let... If it's something the same... Oh, of course, that would put us on the same level, right? Yeah, I get it. Okay. She's instantly like, yeah, say it right now. That would put us even, right? Kotori's eyes were gleaming. She was clearly ready to make good on her threat of death by blunt object. I took another breath, opened my mouth, and started to talk. To be honest, I'm terrified. I'm not sure if I can actually chase after my dream.
いきなり何?
After graduation, you seem to think that I'm going to have it easy. Well, this is a difference, right? To other people, right? Other people may look like they're really confident to you, when in reality, those people on the outside, they may look confident, but on the inside, they're probably having the same worries and fears that you have as well. It's just they don't really show it on to other people, right? On the outside. But despite that fear that they're feeling, right? They're still going for it, though. Kotori looked genuinely confused.
どうして? やりたいことがはっきりしてるんだから、そこに向かってまっすぐ進めばいいじゃない。
Yeah, but it's not enough. Knowing what you want doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get it, right? You still have fears about, you know, what would happen along the road of potentially getting it. I couldn't hold back the sigh.
何よそのため息。もしかしてバカにされてる?
No, not at all. You won't be there. You won't be there when I'm working.
当たり前じゃない、そんなの。
Yeah, but that's the thing we're scared of. We don't, you know? It's similar like us, right? Kotori is I don't want to say that she's been dependent on us, right? But just, we've enjoyed each other's company for so long. And have just sort of gotten used to that, right? So, for us to then sort of kind of go our own separate paths, it's still something that we're scared of or afraid of. Her mocking tone set my nerves on edge. Do you remember how it felt? When we all worked towards riding the morning glider together. Morning glider? What the fuck? Morning glory together.
もちろんよ。
Back then, you were the only one with your sights dead set on the sky. Most people just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and eventually they look up to find their goal in reach. But you're different. You just took off and never took your eyes off the clouds. That's true, right? Kotori may not have a goal right now, but like the way that she had a goal before this, right? It was just like she found it and it just went... She just fucking went 1,000,000 miles a second for it, right? Nothing could stop her. She just fucking went for it. And yeah, like, it's just, I guess, sort of the passion that she has when going after a dream. And even though she currently, temporarily does not have a goal or dream right now, I'm sure that she'll still have similar passion when she does eventually find that dream. Kotori was always the one aiming for the very top.
それってさ、私がバカなだけじゃないの? そそかしい性格なの、よく知ってるでしょ?
I don't know, like, this is one thing that I feel like I kind of dislike, well, to some degree dislike about myself. But I am sort of that kind of person that tries to be like, make the smart, sensible choices or whatever, right? Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm very often too much in my own head as well, that like I have to like think everything through or whatever, right? Or like, I don't know, to some degree I do sort of admire sometimes people that just fucking go for it, right? It's just like they're like, I want to do this and I'm fucking going for it. I don't give a shit about anything else, right? Even if it's not the smartest or sensible thing. I don't know. But to some degree I do admire that about other people, but it's something that I can't really change about myself. So it's cool and awesome to see in other people, but you know, kind of sad that like it's probably something that I'll never have myself. Kotori said it like she didn't want to believe it herself. Well, maybe a little. But most people never set their sights on truly big goals. If they do, they end up getting blinded by the intensity of it. We usually think of dreams as goals you can't actually achieve. For those of us back in that garage, flying to morning glory truly was that. A dream.
でも、 あの頃みんな同じ気持ちで頑張ってたじゃない。
Because you were there.
わかんない。
You were there. It was kind of like, to some degree, like, it kind of felt like we were leading her, or following her lead, right? The only reason all of us could stay focused was because you were there, staring straight at the goal. Katori's expression grew, perplexed, as if everything she had ever known was wrong. The only word for it was astonishment.
でも私もみんながいなきゃ無理だったし。
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? It really truly does feel like Katori was sort of the one leading us, right? She was the one in front of us, and we were the one behind her, supporting her, pushing her, you know, during times when perhaps she wasn't. But, like, you know, it was just, one couldn't have done it without the other, right? Sure, the leader can't do it without its followers, but sort of, I don't know, it's just sort of this dynamic between the two, right? But Katori was definitely the one that was sort of just our leader, and we were just there with her. Yeah, if any one of us hadn't been there, it wouldn't have worked. We had built those wings together. I'm sure that Ageha would say the same thing, but if you hadn't been there, we would have been fine just test flying the wings we made. That alone would have been a pretty big deal for students to achieve.
だってモーニンググローリーの写真見たでしょ。あれだって OB の人たちが実際に飛んで撮影してきたのに。
Yeah, but that was your goal though, right, Katori? Yeah, it was amazing to think about what people did before us.
ありえない。
I mean, when we saw that, we were like, okay, that's cool, right? But it wasn't necessarily like, oh shit, that's our goal, we want to do that. Katori was the one, right? You could tell that she couldn't accept what I said. That was the kind of girl Katori Habane was. She honestly thought it was natural to have an unwavering focus on a single goal, not be she special like that. In some ways, this was her weakness as well. Isuka said the same thing, didn't she? The only people who could get there are the people who believe in their dreams and chase them. Anyone can have a dream, but to actually believe enough to chase it, that's hard. To be honest, you're the one who led us there. You led us to the corridor of clouds. Oh god, I just cringe every time I see those words. Corridor of clouds! Katori stood there, her mouth half open, looking utterly stunned. She still couldn't believe what I had said. I turned to face her. I'm not at all sure I can chase down my dream without you there by my side. I had wanted to keep my worries a secret from Katori, just like she'd wanted to keep the talk she had with Isuka a secret. But that's exactly why I had to tell her, to keep us even.
だったらやっぱり一緒に大学行けばいいじゃない。
But then well, then I wouldn't be chasing my dream anymore, right? But don't you see? That's no good. This is my dream. And...
それに
No, never mind. This isn't the time for that conversation. Katori looked in wonder at me, blushing and stuttering. It's just how much I love you. I stood up straight, wondering how she would take it. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Katori didn't believe me now. But instead, she just hung her head.
でも私にはその夢さえないんだもん。
And that's the problem, isn't it? Is that what you're worried about? Dreams are supposed to be about a job that you want to do. That's what a lot of people seem to think.
違うの？
Of course not. If that was true, then it would mean most adults don't have any dreams at all. What a sad world that would be. People work so they can use the rest of their time to chase after their dreams. For my father, work was work, but his real passion was photography, Well, the thing is, I do, like, what he says is true, right? Of course. Like, for most people, work is work. And outside of work, they usually have sort of a true, real passion. And there are, like, a certain amount of lucky people that are fortunate enough and just, you know, are to some degree maybe even skilled enough in their passion that they can turn that passion into their work, into their job. But that's not for everybody. Not everybody can do that. While he was transferred to the countryside, he was still happy because the fall leaves were so beautiful.
そうなんだ。そんなこと考えたことなかった。
I imagine one reason she thought like that was her disability. Kotori had an incredible obsession with independence that she wasn't even aware of. She was fixated on living on her own without any help at all. Yeah, but like that's because of her disability, right? And like because she didn't want to be seen as like, oh, I don't want people to have pity on me because I have this disability, right? Blah blah blah. That's why she like really fixated on that independence. So when she saw Ageha and I choosing paths that would make us more independent, she felt somehow inferior. What is it you really want to do?
やりたいこと。
Kotori was lost in thought. It almost irritated me seeing her like that. Of course she had something. There's gotta be lots of things. I took the envelope out of my pocket. Uh-oh, is that the thing that we found? I wanted to show you this after we got back home.
何これ?
What is it? What was that again?
私が書いた退学届。
Oh!
まだ持ってたんだ。
Right. I remember that. I'd forgotten about it too. It was stuck in the back of my desk drawer. I'd found it when I was checking to make sure I hadn't forgotten anything after the move. She stood frowning in front of the envelope, like she'd suddenly leapt back in time. Do you remember when you wrote this? Yeah. Kotori nodded, though it looked like she didn't really want to think about it.
やりたいこともなくて、友達も一人もいなくて、学校を辞めて東京の家に帰ろうとしてた。
But look where you are now.
今とそう違わないかも。
What? That's totally not true! That was when I met you. Kotori nodded. It seemed almost nostalgic. But even back then, there was something you wanted to do, wasn't there? You read Isuka's notebook and wanted to fly in a glider. But you decided you could never do it, so you ignored your feelings and decided to quit school. I couldn't write anymore, so I ran off, back home. I sensed some kind of connection and I started to fall for you. I'd been a bit meddlesome in Kotori's business, but that had been our start.
あの時、葵に止められなかったら、きっととっくの昔に学校を辞めて、
Yeah, but I
家に帰ってたね。
I wouldn't be dating you right now then, right? So look at where you were then and where you are now. Don't you think you've come a long way?
前に?
Of course! Back then you had all these suppressed desires, and you've made them come true one by one. We'd made a glider and flown it. She'd made friends, revived a club after it had been dissolved, and of course, flown the Morning Glory. She'd also managed to pet the scary neighbor dog, cleared a super hard video game, and made her mother's croquettes. Well, that's a big goal. And not to mention, she was able to stand on her own two legs again. Like, she has come really far since the beginning. Isn't the fact that we are standing here, holding hands on a date, proof of that? I raised our entwined hands so she could see. When she'd gone to America for her surgery, she told me...
怖いけど、頑張ってくるね。 私やっぱり葵と手をつないでデートしたいから。
Well, here we are, right? Katori stared at her hands like that. Then she looked down at her feet, standing firm on the ground.
これ書いた頃の私にこんな未来像を語ってもきっと信じないわね。
And if you told Asa, Harumi, and the others what you were like back then, they'd never believe you either. I said jokingly. It made her giggle.
夜はだと思ったって言いそうだけど。
Yeah, but that's Yoru. I let go of her hand and put the envelope in it. You haven't changed. Not really. You've just kept going. Life is more than just finding the work that you want to do. Running away is no reason to go to university, is it? Katori stared vacantly at the withdrawal letter, proved that she'd once tried to run away.
システム工学の勉強は私がやっと見つけた自信を持ってできることだから。
It might not be a dream, but life wasn't that simple. It was one step toward a future Katori could make through hard work. Think about those old guys in the movie we watched. They kept chasing a dream, even after they'd retired from work.
あんな風になっちゃっていいのかな。
The old folks in the movie had their problems, but there was something appealing about that. And when things seemed to be calming down... Oh, I guess 3 and 4 bagels wasn't enough, huh? Stomach growls ruined the mood. Not mine, but Katori's.
お腹すいた。
Yep. Well, dreams won't fill your belly.
やだ、そんな結論。
Katori said, clearly upset that our important conversation had been superseded by mere physicality. And yet, physicality would not wait.
真面目な話してる時に。
The moment when stomach growls just ruined a very serious moment. We hadn't really finished yet either. We can keep talking after lunch. She took my hand in hers. We walked along together. What do you want to eat?
何でもいいかな。
Anything? Anything is fine is the worst possible answer, that's true. When both of you can't make up your mind, it's the fucking worst.
お昼は何でもいい。その代わり、後であそこ行きたい。
Where?
カフェフラックス。
Cafe Flags? Katori's eyes sparkled. Is that the place where we got like the millefeuille? They had incredibly good millefeuille. Yeah, I remember that. That was like one of our first dates, right? Okay then. How about lunch over there?
太陽圏？
I'd heard they got a brothless ramen called abura soba. That's all the rage.
へえ、食べてみたい。
We walked on slowly at our own pace. People overtook us from behind, but Katori walked proudly, holding my hand.
ありがとう、葵。
Huh?
いつも私のこと分かっててくれて、葵が見てくれてるから、私はいつもまっすぐでいられるよ。
That's not the only reason. Katori said, embarrassed. Yeah.
やっぱり王子様だ。
Katori said under her breath, happily. She probably thought I couldn't hear, but I'd heard her. The tension left my face. It was time to start our date again. Yeah. You okay, Katori? We were walking home, hand in hand, downhill. The sky was painted a brilliant orange. Are you okay? Getting tired?
ちょっとくたびれたかな。
I mean, yeah, we were out all day. Katori had spent the whole day walking, without using her wheelchair once. I mean, I imagine we don't have her wheelchair with her, right? Unless that wheelchair is like foldable into her pocket or something, right? Which I don't think such a thing exists. So, Yeah, she was out all day without her wheelchair. And without the possibility of even, like, taking it out, or right, you know? Without the fallback plan of that. We'd taken breaks, of course, but for Kotori, it was still quite hard. I pulled Kotori over and sat her on the guardrail. Kotori sighed as she settled into a more comfortable position. Sure sounds like a successful date to me. Kotori squeezed up next to me. We were sweaty, but it didn't matter. I petted her hair and answered. Well, we won't be able to meet any old time after this. Once I was done as house mother, we wouldn't be seeing each other every day. Our chances to spend a whole day together would dwindle. Kotori said, slightly sad. We couldn't fly without a supervisor, and there wasn't much else to do. But we wanted to do something just for the underclassmen. I wish we could just keep doing something just for the underclassmen. Kotori looked up to the sky. Clouds were floating by, colored orange and indigo and everything in between. And I couldn't help smiling, seeing her like that. I was just thinking, you really are yourself when you're looking at the sky. You really do love the sky. Kotori complained. Of course, she was right, but it wasn't the kind of thing most people would admit to. Does it still feel distant? Kotori spread her hand and reached upward. It's kind of ironic, right? Like, she's... I know it's... oh god, I'm about to say something really stupid, but like technically the sky is actually closer to her, right? Because before she was sitting down in the wheelchair, now she's standing up while trying to reach to the sky. So technically, she's a little closer to the sky. Ha ha ha! Oh god, I don't know why I even said that. That was so stupid. I looked up with her. It was so far and high, it was overwhelming. Kotori lowered her hand and put it on her chest. Because of the heart beating thing? She hears it? Is it part of your dream? It could very well be a premonition of something changing. Kotori whispered to no one in particular. She looked straight up. Her profile looked hopeful, but somehow made me feel sad. I gripped Kotori's hand and stood up, as if to drive that sadness away. Okay, it's time. Let's go home. We went back, hand in hand, to that place I could only call home for a little longer. Back home.